Hi, this is Steve Goranson with Action Coach Business Coaching, back with another one of our Jacksonville Business Spotlights. Today we are with Dr. John Dandridge with AlignLife. John, how you doing today?
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Steve.
Let's get started. So why don't you just take a moment and introduce yourself to everybody, your company, and what you guys do.
My name is Dr. John Dandridge. I am owner and operator of AlignLife here in Julington Creek. We're on the corner of State Road 13 and Racetrack Road, and we're a chiropractic clinic. But what we really hone in on, what our passion is, what our focus is to improve the function and the structure of the spine. And the reason that we focus on that is very simple. It's because the nervous system is inside of those structures. And when our nervous system is healthy, our brain can communicate to our body can communicate to our brain, and our whole entire self, our entire body can function better as a whole. And so people tend to experience better health when that happens. So that's real simply what we focus on.
There's lots of different chiropractors out there. How does your practice differ from, how do you try to distinguish yourself from other chiropractic practices out there?
You know, what I would say is just we stick to our roots as chiropractors. You know, chiropractic was founded 125 years ago on this vitalistic idea that, hey, you know what? Our bodies are actually really intelligent. We're really strong. We're really resilient as human beings. And we're made to be healthy. We are made to thrive in this world. We're not made to be sick. We're not made weak and pathetic. We're not made all of these things that, scared, fearful. We're not made that way. We're made to really thrive in our environment around us. So everything we do comes from that space. And I think our profession may have lost that message and that purity. And so I think that's number one. And number two is just my skills, my hands-on skills. A lot of chiropractors adjust in different ways. Not one technique is better than the other. As a former professional baseball player, I can say that I've taken those work ethics, that tenacity that once drove me to reach the professional level in sports. I take that same intensity to my craft here in the office, which I think separates me very clearly from everybody else. And I'm sure if you asked anybody who's been adjusted by me, that they would say the same.
So what would you say, who are the patients that you're trying to attract into your practice?
I like to work with, people who typically have had an experience maybe when they were a lot younger. Maybe they played a sport, maybe they had a hobby that was a borderline passion, something that they really enjoyed, was a big part of their life. Then, they get married, they have kids, they get a job, and these responsibilities of life start to occur and present themselves in this person's life. And they tend to lose that thing that was a passion. And in my mind, I'm thinking it's typically a physical activity of some sort. And so 10 years, 15 years down the road, there's this disconnect in their heart. They want to still live in that space. They want to still live that way, but their present day reality is somewhat blocking them, right? And if they try to go back and live that way, they end up getting injured, or they just can't do it the way they used to. And so I really like that person because it's a really fun goal to work on with them.
So you just started your practice, and actually you started it almost like in the midst of this COVID crisis. How has that affected you and your business?
Yeah, we did. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it was an odd time, I guess, but we were ready, and I wouldn't have changed it for anything. I actually think it's really beneficial, I think, in many ways. Again, I'm going to go back. Chiropractic's always been about, hey, let's do things that fully express our inner strength, our inner wisdom as human beings, with life, embodied with life that is intelligent. And when we can do that, it doesn't matter necessarily what's in our environment. Like, we're made to adapt to, viruses, bacteria, heat, cold, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. We're made with the tools to adapt to those things. That message is really, I think people take on to it well, because now they're scrambling. A lot of people are scrambling. Oh no, I'm scared. I need to take care of my health now because there's this clear and present danger right in front of my face. So I think the message that we have been saying for the last 125 years is very refreshing.
What pivots have you had to do to start your business during this time?
Yeah, I guess a pivot that I had made was maybe in the 6 months leading up to my office opening. I was very heavily involved in doing things out in the community, like in person.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoyed that. I was starting to really get comfortable out there. I was building some good relationships, and then once everything started to shut down, of course, it moved to more of a digital online type of connection.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to pivot in that way. Like, how can I still connect and try and make a quality empathetic connection with people, but through a screen? I don't really respond at all with text anymore, whether it's an email, a Facebook chat, a text message, whatever. I put my face on a video and I send them that. I've gotten some really neat responses, because it surprises someone when you get 500 text messages a day that are literally text, and then you send me a text message and you get my face, that's smiling and wherever I am. I don't know. As a chiropractor, I'm very touchy. I'm feely. I liked that real human connection. So I'm trying to provide that in the best way possible.
So they say that, that smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from other people's mistakes. So what advice can you give people? What mistakes have you made along the way now as in starting your business and going through this that maybe that you've learned from?
Yeah, something that I'm dealing with right now, I think, is now that, we're starting to get more significant patient numbers, the influx of clients is starting to grow. And, that takes away time from my day, which is a good thing. But I need to always have time to think, right? Time to strategize, time to focus on, hey, what's going on in my clinic? What is what's the atmosphere like? Is it the atmosphere that I want to create and provide to the people that I serve? All these questions that I need to meditate on. I have to really just stay diligent in providing myself with that outlet and that time to focus on those things, and not get just bogged down with, hey, just in the face-to-face client time, because that can get me in a cycle where I'm stuck. Because I need to continue to think and progress and provide a greater and greater service. And I can only do that when I'm focused on thinking that.
So what would you say, what's inspiring you most these days?
Oh man, the what I do with the people on my table, like every patient's dealing with something different. And just being able to help them come to an awareness that, hey, you know what, I can live an empowered life. When somebody really gets that and they own it, that is just the coolest thing. It's the coolest thing because it gets them out of this fear-based mentality where, they're scared to, and this has nothing to do with COVID, but people can live in fear. Like, I used to work with somebody in a previous job before I decided to be a chiropractor that only had that job, a corporate job, because of the insurance benefits. Right? That was it.
Mm-hmm.
He had other dreams. He had other ambitions. He had other desires in life, but he was so scared not to have health insurance that he put all of that on the back burner and decided to do that each and every day. So when you live an empowered life, that's not what someone does. When someone's empowered with their health and their ability to go out in the world and act in accordance to maybe their heart, they make different decisions, very different decisions. And so if I can be a part of that puzzle and help people get there, then that's awesome.
Well, John, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming and joining us here today. Best of luck to you in starting a new practice.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate your time.